Hi, I'm Lindsay, and here at the Plant Plan, we eat well for our health, longevity, muscle gain, and fat loss. And right now, I'm just thinking of three things the three things that are needed for long lasting health change. There are three things that are super important as far as I'm concerned, and things that people don't realize that they need, maybe, or maybe they might, but they don't realize how integral and how important they are. And it's just those three things. We tend to overcomplicate things. We tend to try to just tough it out or do all sorts of things. We really only need these three things. One, knowledge. That knowledge has to do with what you want to change, um, the specific things you need to do to change them. And it doesn't get very deep. It's just, okay, eat more vegetables and fruits, eat more protein, make sure that you have a well rounded diet. And that could be as simple as just making sure that everything you're eating is pretty diverse and not just sticking to a couple of things. It's that simple. For example, knowledge could mean, yep, I do need to do some cardiovascular types of exercise. So that could be running, that could be walking briskly, that could be hit exercise, that could be all sorts of stuff. But just knowing that you got to get the blood pumping. And it could be as far as muscle building, right? You could be on a very specific muscle building program. You could be on, just picking up some weights and starting from there and figuring it out as you go. But really, knowledge is one of the most important things. Okay, what specifically do I have to do to get some change? The second thing is your environment. Your environment is super important. That's what allows you to do the things that you now know that you have to do. So if you know that you want to eat well, you got to bring those things into your home and make sure that it's easy for you to do the things you want to do and that you're hopeful that you can do, and harder for the other stuff that you don't want to do, right? So it could be as simple as that, but just making sure that your environment is conducive to that, or that you recognize what in your environment, maybe things that you can't change, that you have to be wary of, as far as staying healthy and keeping within your health goals. And then the third important thing, and I I can't stress this enough. The third important thing is adherence. Adherence, because it's not enough to do something once or twice a week, or, you know, every once in a while when the mood strikes, when your motivation, quote unquote, is high. You want to make sure that you're adhering to the goals that you set and that you're doing them more often than you're not, right? You're sticking to it for a long amount of time, or long enough for the changes that you want to happen to actually happen, right? Some changes come within weeks, some changes come within months, some changes take years. And of course, maintenance of those changes, maintenance of your new size, or your heart rate, or your blood pressure, or your this or your that. Like, you want to stay there. So adherence throughout, not just when you hit a certain goal, right? Which always is like a number that you make up, or a number that is told, hey, this is approximately a good range to be in, right? The number is not the goal. It's the staying at a healthy place, right? So adherence, keeping those new habits, right? Uh, Keeping that knowledge, keeping that good environment around you is really what it is. And most of that comes through having accountability. May that be a coach, may that be friends that you keep around you that are doing the thing that you want to do. May that be a program, right? That for whatever reason you feel incentivized to keep doing, right? May it be something that costs money, may it be something that, it just may it be something that is just fun to do, fun to be a part of, right? And so, yeah, so whatever you can find that will keep you adherent to your goals, to doing the things you know you need to do, I think you should do that if that's what you want to do. And that's something that I can help with. I am a health coach. I help folks stay on their goals, stick to their goals. I help folks understand what it is they actually want and how to get there, the actual things that they need to do to get there. Sometimes the knowledge is a little bit murky because there's so much information out there, and what relates to you versus what relates to someone else might be different. So I have some information in the description where you can learn a little bit about what I do. There are a couple things that I have on there. One is a 1 month workout program, and it has an activity tracker and a journal to keep you on track. That's the adherence part of it, right? That's the knowledge and the adherence part of it. It tells you exactly what to do and how to do it. And then I also have a meal planning session, right? So what you're putting in your body is also very important. And so that's a session where we talk about your goals and what kinds of foods and dietary pattern is going to help you get there. And we get pretty granular, and I'll leave my little landing page to tell you what all we do in that session. And then the other thing I do is you can work with me for a month. There is a free, discovery call or disco call session, I call it. So we can talk about, what path that might be great for you. If you want like a concierge to help you find, okay, what gyms in your neighborhood, or, hey, is it better to just get a few things at home, or not just do some body weight exercise? And you can use my exercise guide. That would work too. So or you can do a month-long coaching program with me. So all the information for all of those options are down in the description and in the comment. I'll try to pin that comment for you, and then you could get after it. But again, it's just those three things: a knowledge of what you should be doing, knowing your environment and molding your environment to help you get towards your goals, and then adhering to it, sticking to it, finding a way to help you stick to it for as long as possible. Because sometimes, most of the time, motivation is not enough. Motivation can give you that spark that gets you to begin, and that's always one of the most important things. But okay, once you begin, how do you keep that wheel turning? How do you keep going? And it might be an accountability coach. It might be someone to check in with week to week and help you keep going on that, and help you keep to stay motivated. Okay, in any case, see the link in the description, and hope to talk to you soon. Bye.